Right? The last time I seen man, he had hair down his back right here. He really looked pretty rough. When I seen that man, I saw him sitting up there and I had to look twice because he had one of the neatest haircuts I'd ever saw in my life. And when he looked around at me and he made eye contact with me, a big old smile come across his face and I began to smile. And they had me get up and sing, and I couldn't hardly sing without going over and hugging him. And just hugging him. I thought, God's done a work in that man's life. God has done a work in that man's life. Now you know what? All the people in the whole world couldn't have changed that man. But somebody got him to church. And somebody preached him the gospel. And you know what? Jesus done the rest of it. Jesus got a clean up shop that's out of this world. You go in looking like a ragamuffin coming out spick and shining, brother. Spick and spanning. I mean, he'll clean you up on the inside, clean you up on the outside. He'll give you joy. He'll come. You know what? I've looked at a lot of people. And you know what? You look at their face. Look at your eyes. A lot of people just looks at all other kinds. But look at a man's eyes and look at his face. And his eyes will tell you what his heart just without speaking. It'll tell you the brokenness and the sorrow. But you let that man get a hold of Jesus. And I'll tell you, Sister Harris, you know what will happen next? His eyes will tell you that that heart's been mended. You ever seen two little boys, a little boy and a little girl? And he'll give his little girl a little locket. And it'll be a half of a heart. And he keeps the other part, he gives her that part. And when they get together, Stevie, they put it together, and it's a heart. But when she takes part of his heart, he takes part of her heart. You know what? Jesus, when he touched it, all back together. Oh, listen. I'll tell you something. Ooh, I can't do it. You know what? I'm going to heaven one day. I mean, I'm going on my way, Candy. There's a little boy in my home today. I want to tell you just about that story. I got some tickle Heather to tell you about it. He's in my home. He said Janet's his favorite teacher. I said, he struck on right. I said, her husband's a police officer. You better watch it over there. He said, oh. I think about it a lot of times. I think about the joy of heaven. What's going to be like? And how we're going to act when we get there. You know what? Ain't nobody going to throw rocks at us. Ain't nobody going to be mean to other people. Brother Ernest, when you get there, nobody be mean to you no more. Did you know that? You've had pretty rough going down here, buddy. Let me just tell you one thing. This little guy right here, a lot of people just think he's just a little guy in the nursing home. Walks around, don't have much, never had much. I talked to his pastor the other day that loves him just as much right now today as he ever did. He thanked me. He said, you be good to my buddy. He said, let me tell you one thing. Brother Ernest used to farm in this area, had a big farm, and had a family. He said, he loves God, brother. He said, he loves God. You know what? It just made me want to go get him out from over there and just hold on to him for about 30 minutes and say, Ernest, I love you. Sure, Ernest is a human. He's made a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes. But you know God loves us just the same, don't he? And you know, Ernest, when we get to heaven, come on, walk with me just a minute. We get to heaven, you know what we're going to do? We're going to walk down there. And I'm going to say, Ernest, where's your mansion at? He's going to say, right yonder. I'm going to say, well, right here's mine. You're going to sit down with me for 1,000,000 years. We're going to talk for 1,000,000 years. We're going to share the joy of Jesus and the love of God. And you know what we'll do after 1,000,000 years is passed on? We'll go down there and we'll find somebody else. We'll find Brother Danny Holloway, our good Sunday school teacher here. Our Brother Danny Webb, our Brother Roger Sinners. And we'll just talk about Mike, all the good things. And can you imagine? You'll not have to look at a clock. You'll not have to wonder, is time going to run out? And I'm going to have to rush home, or I'm going to have to get to church, or I'm going to have to get to work. How many times will we have no parent over there? It'll all be gone. And you know what you can do? That mama that you loved so good, that you never got to tell goodbye. You're going to sit down with her for 1,000,000 years. Lord, you're going to talk to her. Sandra, that daddy that you love. You'll sit down with Brother Wayne, and he'll say, sit down here, Sandy. Sit down here with me. And you'll talk forever and ever. I'm telling you today, friend, love covers all sin. And if you're lost today, you need to get found. If you're lost, God's got a lost and found shop right down here. I tell you what he'll do. He'll write your name on that roll. He'll put your foot on the rock. And there ain't nothing in this world will ever let me take it away from you. I feel good in my soul as you stand on your feet. All this happens. Please, nobody leave it for just a couple of minutes. Nobody move. Everybody just Just give me attention. All these good singers get ready to sing. I want to say one more thing. You're not here by accident. You didn't just stumble and that's over. God put you here for a reason. You that are listening to me over the radio right now, we're still on the air. You that are listening to me right now, your heart's pounding. Your hands are sweating. You feel God knocking at your heart. Maybe it's a daddy that Mama's been trying to get you to go to church. You made her go by herself and take your little babies this morning. You sat at home. God's knocking on your door, big boy. He's going to call your number. And I tell you what He does, you better answer His call. Maybe it's your mama out there that daddy's gone to church and you wouldn't go. Maybe it's your grandpa, that little grandson got up and get out and put his arms around you and said, "Pa, will you go to church with us?" Maybe it's your grandma that never has known Jesus, and you really need Him right now. As they begin to sing, I want to ask you to come in this church. I want to ask you to come. If you don't know Jesus, right now is the best time in the world to come.